What's up guys, Magic Knifes here, and in today's video I'm bringing to you a new Airsoft review on the E&L AK74MN. Holy shit, this is a super nice replica, and I really loved the E&L AKM that I reviewed a while back, and you know, if you don't like the old school look and you want to go with a more modern look, and maybe you're not a fan of the AK-12, this is like fucking beautiful, man. Like, everything about this like feels so nice with the way you shoulder this gun, and the way it feels in your hand. It just feels like you're holding the real thing, just like with the E&L AKM version, with like the wood stock and everything. Like, even this one, even with like the plastic handguard here and the foldable stock, this feels amazing. Let's get into it. So this is an AEG, right? So out of the box, because this is the Canadian version. Putting this on the Corona, I was getting around 400, or actually anything between 390 and 400 feet per second, depending on if I had the hop up completely off or if I turned it up a little bit to have it shoot with .2s, and it was actually to have it actually shoot straight. So yeah, it's gonna be right around there. Obviously, if you're gonna be playing indoors, you're gonna want to downgrade that as soon as possible before you play. But if you're just plinking, it's not the end of the world, but I would probably still downgrade it just to prolong the life of the gearbox. As I kind of mentioned already, this does have a foldable stock, even though it is a fixed stock, right? Which, by the way, feels really nice and comfortable when you shoulder this. The button to fold it is actually right here, and for whatever reason, like this one is, you have to wiggle it in the right spot in order to press it in the right place. So once you kind of wiggle it and press it in the right spot, you can now fold the stock in, and it'll actually click on the side just like that. If I can show this to you. There we go. So yeah, it'll actually lock into place just like this. So I mean, if you really wanted to, providing you don't have a rail side mount for any red dots or something, you could shoot it like this with no stock and everything. It'll still shoot fine. To unfold it, there will be a button at the end of the stock here. Just press that button. It'll release the locking portion here, and then you can just fold it back until you have it locked in place again, just like so. You do have your sling attachments, one at the stock here on the right side, so you have to bear that in mind. But then you also have a sling attachment right at the front here, just like you would for your AKMs. As I kind of just mentioned, it does come with a side rail mount that you can literally just get anyone from Amazon. I got this one right here from Amazon, which has a quick detach system, and has some easy little adjustments that you can make to make sure that this fits nice and snug on the mount. So that way, your whatever sight that you put on top of this rail, it'll be nice and solid. You won't lose zero or anything like that, even with the minor shakes that you'll have through running with this, through shooting and so forth, right? And yeah, compared to the E&L AKM that doesn't have this, and then you have to get a rail dust cover, and those tend to not really hold zero all that well. So, you know, it is what it is. Battery is stored in the dust cover, and I will admit, when I first got this thing was really difficult to open. So what you might have to do just to make your life easier is, for the first little while, you'll have to take the safety off and then get your fingers kind of underneath the dust cover like this, and then while you are holding this button down, you can now lift up the dust cover. In fact, I will try to do it for you now. I just, even with that, now that I've kind of worked it in, I can now just hold the button, and I'll kind of pull it to the right of the gun, and that helps me at least lift the dust cover up, just like this. And now I can access my battery, or install my battery. Now, pretty much all AKs are coming with Dean's connection. Naturally, just Dean's connections are a lot more reliable, and they connect better than Tamiya. So that's why more modern airsoft guns that are coming out now are coming with Dean's. Now, Enel does provide you with a Tamiya adapter if you don't have a battery with a Dean's connection, but if anything, if you know it's a Dean's connection with this, then might as well just get a Dean's battery, or LiPo for that matter. So, and with that said, you will want to get an AK LiPo battery, AK style LiPo battery that fits inside to the gas tube, because in all honesty, like, there's really not a lot of battery space when it comes to AKs. So that's why it's good that if you can get an AK style stick battery that fits down the gas tube, that's your best goal. Okay. Once you do have the battery installed, then you can obviously just install your dust cover back on. There we go. So yeah, I start from the left, and then I kind of work the dust cover to the right in order to get the dust cover release button here to kind of eventually get in the right position to lock. So yeah, it does take a bit of finesse or a knack to remove the dust cover and install it back on. So that's a little forewarning for you. And that's not even to mention the fact that when you get Enel AKs, they tend to come with quite a bit of oil on it. So that's why, especially when you're trying to remove the dust cover for the first time, you might have to give it a bit of a wipe down, just so that's easier for your hand to grip onto the dust cover. And especially, like I mentioned, you kind of take the safety off first so you can get your fingers underneath the dust cover to make that a lot easier. But once you get the oil off, then you won't have to do that anymore. So yeah, just that's a little forewarning for you. Just like with any AKs or most AKs, your hop-up is accessed through the port here, or where your charging handle. So you can just pull the charging handle back. You have a slide style hop-up, so pull it back to increase hop, push it forward to decrease hop, and yeah, pretty standard hop-up. Just like with a lot of the ENLs that are coming out now, this one has a MOSFET in it, which is great. So you get pretty decent trigger response right off the bat. Pretty good. I still would probably, if I were to have this as my gaming gun, in addition with the and the same thing with the Enel AKM. Although the MOSFET on this is good, I would still probably upgrade the MOSFET to like a Titan, just because typically with version 3 gearboxes, or Enel with like version 3 guns and like AKs, even with the MOSFET, basic MOSFET, the trigger response just isn't that great. So if you can get like an if you can get like a Titan MOSFET installed with your AK, that will bring it up to about the same level as it would be with a basic MOSFET and an M4. So that's just my experience. Like, if you really want fast trigger response with on semi-auto with an AK, you really gotta invest in a good MOSFET for the AK. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Standard rear sight and front sight, these are adjustable obviously for elevation and stuff like that. Polymer handguard here feels really comfortable to hold. It's just basically a fancier and modern version of the wood handguard in my opinion, but it feels really nice. You know, obviously with the AK-12, you know, they've decked out with like a rail dust cover and like a railed handguard here. If you are the type that likes to put a lot of accessories on your AK, AK-12 is obviously a lot easier for that. But with an AK-74, you know, at least you have that side mount for your sights, and then you know, if you can get like those like what I got from my LCT AKM, you can put like you can put rail adapters or mounts for on your barrel or on the gas tubes here. That way you can install lights, lasers, and you know, pressure switches and stuff like that. You just, you know, you just gotta take the time to research for these kind of things when you're working with an AK. And then of course your flash hider, the AK-74 flash hider, you can remove it just by pressing a little button at the front here. When I first got this was pretty loose, so when I tightened it, I almost tightened it a little too much, so I had to kind of you know, force it to unscrew again. But I luckily just got it to the right tightness now. This is unlike the AKM, which has counterclockwise threading. The AK-74 on the ENL, and I'm not sure, I think it's the same for all AK-74s, is that this one is clockwise threading. So if you're looking to install like tracer units or suppressors on your AK-74, you're gonna want to make sure you get an adapter for a 24 millimeter threading, because the threading for the AK-74 is huge. Like, it's 24 millimeters to be exact. So if you want to install like a tracer unit or a silencer, most of them are going to be 14 millimeters CCW. So you're going to want to make sure you get a 24 mm to 14 mm CCW. So from CW to CCW, right? Just bear that in mind. Magazine itself, the ENL AK mags, I swear they always just don't come in the best condition for some reason. Like, this one works okay, but then the problem is the last BB does not feed, or the follower doesn't even go up all the way. So yeah, I don't know why they make such good AKs, but then they can't give the same level of quality with their magazines. So once again, just like with the ENL AKM, I'm gonna have to source out an LCT AK74 mag, which I mean, both mags look like identical, and this one looks amazing. But you know, with the LCT one, at least you know, the performance of that one seems to be much better. Compatibility wise, when it comes to magazines, like LCT works great. SEMA magazines for my AKM did not work in my ENL AKM, but they worked in LCT AKMs, which I have. Yeah, so it's probably, I'm assuming it's the same story for this. Probably stick with LCT AK mags if you're gonna, you know, use it on the ENL AK74. Hopefully this review was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take it easy. Peace out, guys.